I'm Sutton Fairfax of the BBC. You are currently watching the documentary Globalization, Yay or Nay. Globalization is a very controversial issue in the world today. To make this a fair and balanced documentary, we're going to take a look at people who have been affected by globalization in a positive and negative manner. Our documentary will surround ourselves around Ralph Lauren, the Polo Company. In 2009, Ralph Lauren Polo is ranked 481st on the Forbes Fortune 500 company list, and it made $419 million in profit in 2009. Its CEO, Ralph Lauren, is worth $4.2 billion. But before we meet him, let's go take a look at Pierce Scott, who lives in an urbanized neighborhood that we all know as New York City. Enjoy.
My name's Pierce Scott. I lived in New York all my life, and I grew up as an only child of parents with two parents. They both worked extremely hard to give me the opportunities that I have today. When I was young, my parents both made their own law firm, and currently my dad is the owner and my mom works as the assistant. I'm not sure how I got into a path of business. I currently work for Fidelity, and I'm a portfolio manager for them. My dad had always dreamed of me taking over his company, but that is not the case. Every weekend, I sail when I'm not working.
I'm gonna make you love me. I'm gonna dry your tears. And we're gonna stay together.
Polo Blue de Ralph Lauren.
I know it wasn't mandatory for you to come to this interview, but thank you for coming.
No, thank you. It's about time someone sits down and listens to my story.
Well, I want to know what really happened in the factory. I want to know the real reason the factory closed down. Tell me, how did you get the job in the factory?
I remember in 2001, the factory opened in Hong Kong. They were hiring people, first come, first serve, and I got the job on the spot. The conditions were horrible. The heat was unbearable. The machines were very dangerous. The smoke coming out of the machines was thick, and it used to hurt my lungs after too long breathing in there. I was lucky enough to get a higher job because I got to the factory first. I was manager of all the other employees.
Wow, I'm really sorry you had to experience that. Did anyone ever stand up for themselves or another person and tell a manager?
At first we were all nervous we'd lose our jobs. We didn't know what to do, we didn't know who to tell. But at the end we decided to form a union and go up to the U.S. managers ourselves.
So then what happened?
We all demanded higher wages and better working conditions. All our hard work was for nothing. After the U.S. managers got off the phone with the company board, we were all told to go home.
So is that why the factory closed down?
Yes, the very next day we all went and they were already packing up. We were all fired on the spot. No money was given to us, no reason for the factory leaving. They just left. Today I'm without a job. I can't support my family and my brothers and sisters had to leave school. I need a job. I need help.
Thank you very much, Zaha. And now let's go meet Michael Chong. He is a factory worker in Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Michael Chong. I work in a sweatshop factory in Indonesia. This is my sewing machine right here. I live off $2.60 a day. Sometimes I have to skip a meal in order to buy a shaving razor, so I have to sacrifice that. The conditions are pretty terrible. I don't even know how this thing works. It's not working, so unfortunately, I guess I'm not going to get paid today.
behind all this madness? Well, the answer is Ralph Lauren, the CEO of Ralph Lauren.
Hello, and today we're here with Mr. Ralph Lauren. Thank you for meeting for this interview today.
It's no problem at all.
So, when you went from an ordinary child to born in New York to being one of the most famous fashion designers, tell me, how'd you do it?
Well, I've always liked clothes. Not to sound too conceited, but I've always dressed well. It was when I was about 17 that I got my first job working at a clothes store. All the money I got from that job, I spent it on clothes. I just love clothes. I always like to be the best dressed person in the room.
That's fascinating. Well, we're all proud of your success as a fashion designer, but you definitely don't make all the clothes yourself. Where are all the factories located, all around the world?
Heavens no. Most of the company's factories are located in the United States, with a few exceptions.
I know there was a little incident in Hong Kong a couple years ago, more specifically in 2004. There was a factory that was shut down. Can you explain what happened?
Well, we were over there producing, and the production was too high, so we decided we didn't need the factory and we closed it down.
Okay. Well, I actually talked to one of the workers who worked in the Hong Kong factory, and he said that the factory shut down because of the conditions, the hours, and the wages. The factory was horrific. And when the workers tried to form a union to stand up to this factory, that it just packed up and disappeared. How could you let this happen?
Well, there have been many rumors going around, but in reality, we were just trying to help the Chinese by giving them jobs to feed their families. But after production was too high, we had no choice but to close it down.
No, this was no rumor. I spoke with a worker from the factory, a direct source. He was missing a hand, and he told me that after his hand was cut off in the factory during his regular 10-hour shift, when he showed the manager, he was immediately fired and replaced. Is this how you treat your employees?
I'm actually running late for something, so I gotta go. Thank you.
Sir, can we get one more minute?
No, I really have to go.